How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Garage Built Baits. I'm your host, Wyatt, Buyer Lure Co. All that jazz. Go check all of that out. Linked down below. The social medias, everything. You can find this wherever, you want to listen to your podcast or you can watch the videos. But, special guests today. All of them are special, but this guy is particularly special. Just have a lot of respect, a lot of love, a lot of man love, a lot of man love for Chris, and such a great dude. And in the words of John, an American hero, Chris is so cool. Chris has helped me with a lot of stuff. He's always there to listen, talk to you. Um, Super solid dude. I hope you enjoyed this episode with him. We're a little bit all over the place, but that's all right. That's all right. But we're gonna have a giveaway this episode. This is a glide bait painted by Chris. Just a nice artsy glide bait with kind of like these bejeweled eyes. It's pretty sick. You can go check that out over on Instagram for that giveaway as soon as this drops. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Here's Chris with Brothers Brimm.
Hell yeah, dude. You look good, dude.
You're looking great yourself.
Yeah, not hitting on you, man, but dude, you look good. You look like you lost weight. You have more color in your face.
Well, this year, I feel like I've said this to other people, but this year I'm focusing on my health,
Yeah.
dude. And so, well, the last time we tried to do this, I fucked up on my end. And it's all
okay, man.
it's all good to go now, but yeah, I've been like losing weight. I've been going to the gym more. I haven't been drinking this year, so this year's been about my health and trimmed my beard up. I was a little scruffy.
Dude, getting away from alcohol, man. Not whether it's for a health reason, you're just taking a break. Maybe you turn into a Viking and try to ransack shit, whatever. But that shit is like game changing, man. I don't know. A lot of inflammation went away. A lot of good shit happened for me when I took that out of my life.
Yeah, my one of my sergeants and I, we were talking. He's like, it's me, my sergeant, and one of the control room operators at work. We were talking, and he's like, yeah. He's like, I was reading about like what drinking does like to your testosterone levels, and I was like, yeah, dude, kills
Yeah.
your gains, bro.
Yeah. Oh, dude, your metabolic rate, your resting heart rate, all that. Like pretty much, if you're trying to lose weight and get in shape, alcohol is counterintuitive to all that shit.
Mhm.
You work in corrections?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. One of my really good friends, he's God, what is he? He's like a major in the system.
Mhm.
I didn't know you guys had rank like that. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. So at our facility, we have. So I'm just like a CO1, just starting
Yeah.
out. Been there 2 years. 5 years in, you rank up to a CO2. Then you have like two stripes on your uniform, and then the shift supervisors or sergeants, and then um, above the sergeants we have two lieutenants that have different roles. One's more security like oriented with the facility, the other is more like operations of the facility, and then
Yeah.
we have a commander at the top versus at the jail they have captains and they have
Yeah.
majors. There's like
Yeah.
it's bigger system, more levels.
Yeah. Another one of my buddies at the Fort Dodge one here. He's a staff sergeant, military police in the reserves, and then at work he's a sergeant.
Hmm.
So he's been in the correction system for a minute, man.
Yeah, I was talking with one had Boston Anglers on,
Yeah.
and was talking to him about it. And the other day when I was at work, because my beard was getting it was out of regulation, and this kid like goes to like point at me, And he's like, "Oh, you trimmed your beard," and it almost looked like he was gonna like touch my face, and I like swatted his hand out of the way. And I don't know if he just has a pool noodle for an arm, but I slapped his arm out of the way, and he came back and slapped himself in the face. I was like, "Oh, don't touch me," but I'm also
No,
sorry.
no touchy. One of the guys I put in last year, he goes to a reserve unit in Des Moines, but I got him a job at the jail here. And this kid is like yoked. He's
Hmm.
huge. He kind of looks like how do I put it? Like Blanca from Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's Haitian normally, like from that background, so he's like Blanca. But anyway, sweetest guy on the fucking planet though. Like he real devout in his faith and all that. And so he came in working his little sector, and he's like, "Look, I'm gonna treat you like a human being. I'm gonna lead with grace, but I am a black belt in jujitsu." And they're like, like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Yeah.
don't give anybody any info, man. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, everything that I tell, because I'm in a juvenile facility, but we're a federal
oh
juvenile
shit,
facility, so
yeah,
like
yeah,
there's young men there with beards because we can
yeah,
hold federal kids up until they're 21. You know, it's like you're
damn,
you're a young man at that point.
yeah,
But yeah, everything I tell them is a lie, and there's just there's just lore to my backstory there. Like I'll tell them just crazy stuff,
yeah.
but it's you know um, I always tell the kids they'll ask questions like, "Oh, if I do this, what'll happen?" And I'm like, "This all ends one way, dude. This ends up with you back in your room. It just depends on how you want that to happen."
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know, my heart goes out to you guys and police, man, because like it's easy for me to get some distance between the really traumatic shit, right? But 9 times out of 10, most of the stuff that brings stress to corrections, especially corrections, because you're isolated. You know what I mean? You're locked in there just as much as they are.
Hmm.
But police, man, like police make little. They make a decent wage, but they make little, so it keeps them in the areas they police in. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that's not a bad thing per se, but when you're always on and you don't have a break, it does something to you, man.
Oh, for sure. Like even like in the corrections setting, dude. If I go to Walmart, my head is on a
Yeah.
swivel. I'm
Yeah.
looking at everything and everyone because it's like, dude,
Yeah.
I see these kids out in the real world, and they're not all like terrible bad kids. Maybe they've made some bad decisions, but like also, you know,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah. You never know.
I see them in and out all the time. It's like you're really not doing anything different, and
Yeah.
maybe it's because they're young, but it's like I hope you don't continue this cycle because yeah, you're just in and out, and you're just escalating every time you come back in. So
It goes down to individual choice to break that cycle. Like you made a choice to get healthy, but it also is what you surround yourself with, right? So if you go into the shit and you're trying to break free of it and then you go right back to it, you don't have anybody really pushing you to be better, right? And
hmm.
so at some point, it just becomes institutionalization. Happens to guys in the military. All they know is the fucking military, right? And so they try to go out and be a normal human and everything falls apart because they compartmentalize themselves, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
But anyway, I'm sorry.
no, that's all right. My little brother, and my little brother. So I'm like 5'11", and I'm
Yeah.
stocky. I'm built, a little solid. Um, my little brother's like 6'2", and he's built. Like he's got like a lot of muscle on him, but he's just a
Yeah.
skinny dude, just a rail. And he's in the air guard, and it sounds like he's gonna go to like officer school. I don't know how all that
Yeah.
works.
OCS. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was this past earlier in the summer. He went to Japan for training, and I'm like,
Oh
bro,
yeah.
I was like, hook it up, go to some tackle shops, get me some of that stuff, and he never texted me back. I was like, you little a hole, come on now.
I might. this isn't anything for public consumption, but just between you and me, I might have to PCS, permanent change of station, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was supposed to be stabilized here in Iowa till July of next year, so I could see my daughter graduate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, some things have changed. If that's still the plan, I might go to mainland Japan, or I might go to Poland, right? Right now, they might PCS me early, and if that happens, it's the needs of the army, so I can be anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I
So
was
it's just yeah.
yeah, I
If
was
I end
cut.
up in Japan though,
Yeah. Oh man, you're
yeah.
gonna be the plug for all of the tackle addicts over here,
Dude, I could because
South
you're
Dakota.
near yeah, but I'm trying to remember. Are you near one of the air guard bases?
Yeah, so like the one up in Box Elder's like 45 hour away.
Yeah, because the reason why I say that is if I could sponsor you on a direct space A flight, right? Me or your brother, right? Sometimes you can sponsor people on a flight. I could get your ass to Japan, dude.
Hey, that'd be pretty
Yeah,
sick, man. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll cut that all out. But hell yeah,
If I'm
dude.
here, if I'm here this spring, I want to link up with you, man. Go fishing.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely try to get some stuff going. Um, dude, okay, but speaking of working out, so in college, worked out a ton in the morning, which is really good for my
Yeah,
mental health and
yeah,
everything. And I wasn't really worried about like losing weight or anything like that. I was just freaking lifting weights, dude.
yeah,
And so I'd go in the morning, not eat anything, run or cycle and do my
yeah,
weights. And so I was like, 'cause normally I go and lift and do all that after work or later in the evening. And so I've already, I have food in my system, I have energy. Dude, this morning, I was like, oh, I could just go out and do that again. Like, haven't ate anything. I'm just drinking water.
yeah.
And I started with cardio. I did like 5 minutes of rowing and then um, did my weight cycles.
Yeah.
And then I went, walked a lap on the track, and then I ran a lap, sprinted a lap. And I was just like dead after it. I was like, got home and I was in the shower. And I was like, oh God, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, this was not a good idea.
Yeah. How old are you now?
Oh yeah, I'm not very. You know what? I feel young. I'm 28. Just turned 28 earlier
Dude,
in the year.
I'm telling you, the closer you get to 30, man, like that shit it's real. It creeps up on you, man.
Dude, I was like, yeah, next time I'm just gonna have a banana before I go to the gym or something because
Dude.
I couldn't do it. Or maybe I shouldn't have ended with like sprints, but yeah, I was just like miserable because I was just drinking water, just empty stomach, just really like working out hard.
You
But
one of the hardest things to do as we creep into 30, right, is it takes about 48 hours to get really hydrated. The more you get into like 35 range, it can take you up to 4 days to a week to be proper hydrated. So what I do, because in the army we're constantly like that kind of soldier fitness is like a big deal. Like it's
mhm,
more for jujitsu, competitive shit like that, cardio,
mhm.
strong vascular shit. But dude, I carry a freaking water jug with me everywhere, and everybody's like, "What's your deal?" And I'm like, "Dude, if I don't do this, it sounds like Rice Krispies when I get out of bed."
It's just
Yeah,
snap, crackle, and pop.
yeah, I gotta oil my joints, man. I'm like a fucking tin man.
There's a, dude, I seen this video where these dudes are coming out with, it's like a stainless steel water bottle, except it's shaped like a gallon water jug. I was like, that's stupid. I want it.
Yeah, exactly. That's so dumb. I want it. Yeah, man. What
Was
what are you doing for your weight regimen? Your training, weight training. What are you doing?
I'm doing some splits right now. Today I did chest and triceps. Tomorrow in the morning, um, we're gonna I'm gonna do biceps and back, and then
Oh
after
yeah,
that I'll
dude.
do legs. Maybe rest a day, and just kind of keep
Yeah,
going like that. Seems to like work best for me. I have that farm boy build where I can like pack on muscle, but it's hard to like lose fat.
Right. So I show. Hold on. You and I are kind of built the same. I'm 5'9" and I'm like SpongeBob. I'm like stout, you know. Yeah, Irish Norse. So I'm like just, you know. But I show results quick, but I got to live in the gym to maintain it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like the fucking fat ring, man, like the little handles, like that shit'll stick to you the older you get. And it's like the English are coming, so you got to store all the fat you can. And I'm like, Jesus. But yeah, man, it's hard. It's hard. Like the only time I had like a proper like 8-pack like ropes and oh my god, like I'm chiseled is when I boxed. I boxed
Mm-hmm.
and that's because I used to do like 6 hour a day, like when you put it all together workouts. I boxed for the army for a little bit, and it was, dude, I was so religious about what I ate and everything. It was miserable. It was miserable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather work it out, get a little strong, feel good about myself. If I got a little bit of love, that's okay. You know?
Yeah, like the thing that I found has worked best over, this kind of not quite a year yet of, trying to be as consistent as I can, which I haven't always been. Um, Putting my food on the scale and weighing out all of my food and being in a calorie deficit,
Yeah.
because then it was just shedding off real fast. It's like, well, that makes sense. I'm freaking hungry all the time.
Yeah, well, it's weird because when you start treating your food like fuel,
Hmm.
you get in that mindset, and then um, it's not as hard for you to get to those triggers. Because I'm a fat kid, dude. I like some full size Deborahs and little Debbie's. But anyway, like that shit, I'm telling you, man. Like it'll switch that in your brain. I've been getting on this Jim Stepani workout, man, that I used to love a lot. I kind of went back to it. I just like his methodology, and it kind of fits for our body types, endomorph,
Hmm.
and, stocky builds. But he's got this one called Shortcut to Size, and it's not a shortcut. And he's got one shortcut to Shred, and I usually cycle between those two, and
Hmm.
because it's a lot of supersets, a lot of split lifting, Bulgarian style, and you compound. And I kind of like that. But
Hmm.
that's cool, man. Yeah, but end state, man, you look good. I know you were talking about your health last time, so that's cool.
Yeah. No, because well, my fiance, she has like, the same body type. She's not a very big lady anyway, but she's like, gosh, she's like, I put on like muscle really well,
Yeah.
but she's like, it's just like the fat like holds on, and she's not like a big girl or anything by any means, but we're, trying to work on ourselves. And I was like, yeah, you got that Scandinavian blood. You're meant to survive those harsh winters and be a shield maiden.
Right. My wife, she's short, man. She's short and she builds muscle too. It's funny. My daughter, she's like a hodgepodge between both of us. So we always mess with her and call her a super Celt or the super Viking. My daughter's like a mix of all the Celtic Norwegian blood. Scandinavian, Norse, a little bit of Russian, a little bit of German, a little bit of Irish, a little bit of Scottish. She's just, yeah.
Well, like, so the local grocery store, they have some Scandinavian foods. So they have a lutefisk in the freezer.
Oh,
Dude, okay,
I've
so
had it, dude.
oh, I've never had it, but for the viewers that don't know, like lutefisk is basically like fish fermented in lye, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to be like some real nasty stuff. But lefsa's good.
Left is good. You know what's surprisingly really good? When I got to Iowa, like first year I was here, this guy gave me pickled pike, man.
Oh,
And
mm-hmm.
I was like, how did how are you filleting that pike? How you doing that? Because most of the time I catch a northern, I just throw it back. And he's like, no, they're really good eating. And he explained how he went for the backstrap and everything they do. And pickled pike was damn good, man. That's something I could see myself eating again. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
But
Oh, for the viewers that don't know, lefse is like basically a potato tortilla. That's
100%,
simplest way to put it.
dude. Potatoes, tortillas, those two things, you could put a turd in it, wrap it up, and it'd still be good.
Oh yeah.
Like tacos, tortilla, all good. Waffle fries, all good. Tater tots, all good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, Well, we we kind of we've went fucking just everywhere, just right away. But I tell you what, you're kind of like the man in demand right now. I've seen you like through multiple different podcasts here lately.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like I'm not actively seeking any of this. You know what I mean? And you talk to me enough, and we know each other well enough now. I'm not a limelight guy or any of that. I am who I am. Like another guy said, I was like the Big Lebowski. I'm just the dude. You know. But no, it's weird, man. I've been really good to people who are good to me, and recently there's been a lot of progress in Brothers Brimm and some of the people I support, and it's just been really cool to see how things are growing. You know what I mean? And I'll never look a gift horse in the mouth, but at the same time, I'm never not going to be me. You know, I'm
Hmm.
going to support the people I support. I'm going to stay loyal to the people who are good to me, and I'm not in it for clout, bro. I'm in it for the community.
Hmm. No, the
Yeah.
community's been pretty cool lately. Like, um, John, he just had his cancer raffle, and
Fishing for a cure. Yeah. This is
yes.
his second year doing it, man.
No, and
Yeah.
it seemed to go really well. Some people won some stuff. Some people won a lot of stuff, and I think you won maybe a couple of
Yeah.
things. This is what I won. This is what came in the mail.
Oh man,
A,
that's
s-
rad.
a scumline, uh,
Yeah,
Munchie Gill. Yeah, Danny
I love those,
Delmater.
dude. The muted colors on that are awesome.
Oh yeah, and it has a matte
Yeah.
finish, and then he has Danny has a weight chamber
Yeah.
up in here, so it came with three different weights, so you can adjust the sink rate.
Is
And
Danny the painter on there?
he makes these too.
No, I mean, but does he paint them?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. I know he
Hmm.
made them. I just wasn't sure who the painter was. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty
What you were
sure.
saying about the, I'm sorry, you were saying about the weight chamber?
Yeah, so he has like the like three different weights that came with it, and because you have your pin up here, and you pull that out,
Yeah.
and then the weight chambers are in it, and you can switch it from like floating waken to a slower a slower sink and then a faster sink.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
pretty
killer, man.
yeah, it's pretty sick. And then oh, for the weights so they stay in there, there's also a pin right there. Oh, you can see the weight
That's pretty cool.
chambers right
There's
here.
been a lot of people have played with inner chamber system, and one of the things I can't stand is when somebody's like, "That's my idea." Blah, 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 blah. There's nothing new in fishing. Like when it comes to like copy, there is and there isn't. So what I was gonna say is somebody like Danny, somebody kind of like what John was doing with the blue collar. There's always ways to improve a bait, man. Always, you know.
Mhm.
And so instead of being a salty little bitch about it, like you go out there and make a better bait then. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude, but I can't stand it when people tear each other down in that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like, hey, copyright laws for lures are insane too. All you have to do is change a lure 10% and it's a new design.
Well, yeah, you because you can look at like larger scale. You can look at places like you know what is it, Grow Design Works,
Yeah.
and then look at Berkeley and all that. It's at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's basically the same
Well,
bait, but
it gets
it
even
is what it is.
screwier with the JDM versus American baits because
Mm-hmm.
like they can straight pilfer from us if they want to. Look at the Chinese knockoffs, right? Because of
Mm-hmm.
the way their laws are. Bug Baits, he was making a lot of molds out of Ukraine because the way their copyright laws are, he could straight pluck shit and make it, right? And in on the inverse of that, if we want to tweak something, say it's a new Berkeley Nessie, when you're like weird flag, but anyway, they can do it, man, and it's so that's why I'm like, don't take yourself too serious in that regard. I get it if it's innovative 100% and you put money into it, sure, but go out there and make it better. Then you know, push, 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 push. It's iron sharpening iron, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the
Yeah,
thing. It's like yeah, it's like push to get better, do something innovative, come up with a new idea, like because that's what's gonna push and drive the industry is innovation, and I feel like we don't see a terrible ton of it really. There's
Yes, and
nothing there's nothing like that's super wowed me lately.
yeah,
But at the same
uh,
time, there's still like cool stuff coming out, and people still have cool ideas or different takes on things.
one of the most original things I've seen recently, like because there's always two trains of thought on it, is blue ocean strategies versus red ocean. One, you're taking ideas that have already been done and you're putting a new spin on it. The other one is complete new innovation. So in the business world, that's what they defer that into. But I'll tell you that murder frog, man, that thing
Oh,
is rad.
I
Yeah,
will say that I uh,
yeah.
I reached out to those guys, and I have to reach out again because I'm terrible about some like lining up podcasts. I'm kind of terrible about it, um, but trying to do better. But yeah, because those are like local Midwest dudes, and yeah,
Yeah,
that's something really cool. The
they're really good dudes too, man. Like their whole little team they have is just cool. They've got an army vet on their team too.
mhm.
Yeah.
um, well, and then according to John, you're just dude. He cannot say enough good stuff about you. He's just
Yeah.
like really uh he's a big fan.
Well, he's my brother, man. Like the Legion of Doom is just like a family, and sometimes we grow away from each other and we come back. And there's some people who are consistently in it, and some who kind of touch and go. But the what every single person in that group has done for me on a personal level, and even just helping each other out, like they're just good people, man.
Hmm.
Like the Doobies have always been kind to me. They're good people. Hallelujah. Dude, I never met him, but I want to one day. He's just an awesome guy, and he's an amazing artist. John, man. I mean, the dude would give his shirt off his back to somebody.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and Corbiger, he's starting to get back into it, which I'm so happy to see him do. And then Shankbait's been doing his crazy stuff with the crawbait. And Kurt Tech Customs out of California, he's amazing. He's God, dude, his stuff is surgical. But it's really weird the group we have. And then Andy, of course, at Superpotamus Designs, he's kind of like the engineer heart, and I'm kind of like the madness, and John's kind of like the actual heart. But yeah, Andy's the dickhead. If Andy watches this, I love your face. But nah, he's my brother, man. Like when I talk to Andy, I ask how his daughter's doing. We send pictures back and forth. John, same deal. So I mean, and that's the coolest thing about this. Like, you went camping, I was checking on you, asking how your trip went. The communal side of this, if you're not a dick, it's awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah,
uh no, for sure. And it's one of those things where yeah, if you're not a dick, you can build like real cool relationships with people. And like you and I, even though we live fairly close together,
yeah,
like it's we're gonna try to meet up in the springtime and go fish, because it's like yeah, we're close enough to where we could be halfway or
yeah.
do something. um and dude, I don't have a ton, I haven't fished a ton this year, but when I have, I've been throwing your baits quite a bit.
I appreciate that, man.
And
What's Go ahead.
I so one of the baits that I didn't know if I would like, but I was like, I feel like I need these, and it's the dice baits. Just because, so not even
Yeah,
specifically your dice bait. I was just
yeah,
like, God, I just don't know if this is. I was like, I don't like throw a ton of finesse, and this seems more finessey. It's like, what could I
yeah,
do to like throw this to where I'll still be happy?
yeah,
And so what I did is I took um a wacky hook.
yeah.
And okay, so the cool thing about these Brother Grimm dice is that they're like a freaking like a game dice set from like D&D or any tabletop game like that. So you got like a D20, six-sided, just like all the different shapes. And so uh so what I did is I took a nail weight and I shoved it in one side, and then I
Hmm.
just took a wacky hook and I put it in there, and then it's like slow sank, and I could just pop it, and
Yeah,
I've caught some like decent decent fish
Yeah,
doing that, and it still made me happy because I could throw it on my bait caster because these are heavy enough. Plus that nail weight.
yeah. I like to throw them on free rig. So that finesse, power finesse, because those are more power finesse. It's the way I pour the plastic and the fullness of the skirts that I pour. But I like doing a free rig with them. I really like doing the free rig. And another thing I'll do sometimes is I'll put like a little foam ball, tiny foam ball, right in the middle. I'll just punch it right in the middle of it,
Hmm.
and just simply octopus hook it, and then I'll put a pinch weight and pitch it out there. And what it does is it creates this weird like wobble. But that's the Dungeon Master series. It
Hmm.
is all D20s and stuff like that because I'm a dork. I have
Yeah,
another. What's
yeah,
up?
and this color, cleric, just
Yeah.
appropriately named.
I have Ranger, Cleric, Monk. Yeah, it's funny. I'm gonna have some more of those coming out, but Paladin was a color too. But I've got this. It's an octagonal, almost like honeycomb design, and it's about an inch thick. Kind of the same concept, but what I'm doing with it is I'm putting more fluted material, or more traditional fly material, and essentially what it looks like when it's in the water is a giant like ball. And that sounds weird, but what it mimics is like a bait ball, like a small bait ball, and it's kind of cool.
Hmm.
You wouldn't think of that normally, but I got the idea from watching these little feeder fish swim around, and I pitched it in there. It was like I'm just gonna try. And bass usually, any predatory fish, they'll hit either because they want to feed or they want to kill. And something about this mimics that cluster, and so they just smack the hell out of it, dude.
Hmm. And then the other one that your other bait that I've been fishing a lot of. I haven't had a chance to throw the hippo yet. The hippo's like pretty freaking cool, but been throwing the LOD worm. Like I've been rigging it up. I've rigged it up like weightless on a
Yeah.
worm hook, and then I really liked rigging it Nico style.
Yep.
Except so if you see like the G crack, like the G crazy worms.
Hmm.
Okay, so like Marshall was saying, like you get these silicone sleeves and um rig that G crazy worm with that silicone sleeve because it holds it really good. And I feel like if I got some just silicone tubing and just cut little sections out of that
Yeah.
and do little sleeves like that, I think that would be better because I've been using just the wacky O rings.
Do you have a friend who's an EMT, or do you know any nurses?
Yeah, my brother's a flight paramedic.
Too easy. Ask him about medical tubing and the stretchers for it. That's literally how that started.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. So,
Yeah,
um,
my brother used to have a set of hemostats and all that, and a tube stretcher, and he would get medical tubing, and that's that same deal, man.
yeah, cause I was just losing too many worms with just like the wacky
Yeah,
O ring. So I was like, that sleeving would be when I seen Marshall doing it. I was like, that would be perfect for
it's
Nico
because
rigging this.
that bait, because the profile is too thin. Sometimes, I mean, you will lose a lot if you don't have something pinning it down. I like to shaky head it a lot. That's fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then it's a great trailer. I drop shot it sometimes. I power shot it. Power shot's just like a humongous drop shot. But yeah, I punch with it. I do all kinds of things with it, man. I got to get you some giggle brims though. The fluke style bait I have.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I haven't fished those. Like I've been fishing the dice, the LOD worm.
Have you have you seen the giggle brim?
I have on your website. I haven't
I think I
seen
got
it
one
a
back here.
ton. And then I fished the trilobite a little bit.
I love the trilobite. The trilobite is kind of one of my flagships, dude.
Hmm.
Here we go. I have some orders I was putting together behind me, but I'll show you real quick. So one of my buddies wanted a natural like gizzard shad profile.
Hmm.
So that's that's the giggle brim. The face of it looks like a shark. It's hard to see, but it's got an awesome hook slot. Cool thing about this is if you look at the profile of it, it's not just flat like a fluke. It's got more of a rotund kind of build,
Mm-hmm.
and then tail. This tail is subtle. So instead of when you dart a fluke, it's kind of jutting like that. This glists side to side and waffles, and it's really unique, man. When you rig back on it, it has this tendency to like porpoise, and then if you rig it closer to the nose, it'll do this awesome like swirl dive. I love this bait. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you got like quite a few um different really cool soft plastics. Because yeah, I think this is your smaller size
Yeah,
of the
they
trout, but
start. Yeah, they start in 2.8 all the way up to 7 inches.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the bigger ones because I keep watching. I need a bigger size. But yeah,
What
anytime
do
I
you want me to put some of those 7 inchers out there?
oh, maybe not for me, maybe other people um
But when you say bigger, like more like the 5 inch profile and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah,
I was just gonna fish this on a free rig, but like every time I go out, I have this
yeah,
tendency of like I'm gonna throw swim baits, and
yeah.
then I was like, all right, they're not eating a swim bait. I was like, all right, we're gonna throw a worm around because that's what I know will work, and did I just forget about this? I don't have any free weights right now, so that's how I wanted to rig this. I wanted to rig it on a free weight, but yeah, these are still like real sick. Kind of,
Dude,
uh,
tell me what color you want, and I'll send you a care package with different sizes. We could talk offline on this, and I'll send you some free weights with them too. I just bought. It's hard to get like people don't understand sometimes when you live in the Midwest. If you live out there a little bit, it's harder to get terminal tackle. Sometimes you have to
oh,
like journey for it.
dude, I go to like Shields and I go to like Cabela's. Well, now it's Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah,
they just switched the signage up here recently. But I go there and I'm like, it's none of the stuff I want.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like fortunately I can find like older like ST36s there for like
yeah,
some trebles, but like can't find like big swim bait hooks. Like they'll only go up to like 3/0, and it's like, well,
yeah.
I need a 4/0, and just like stuff like that. But the Shields is a little better about like
Yeah.
bringing in some kind of newer stuff versus Bass Pro. They're kind of like out here. They're kind of don't bring anything new in, and
Yeah.
it's like all the staple like conventional stuff.
Yep. Your Strike King Berkeley, their XPS crap. Yeah.
Yeah, and to just all the different because we're like huge trout fishing out here. Just all of the
Yeah.
different power bait you could ever want. Dude, so
I agree. No.
there's this guy I've ran into multiple times out here fishing, and I don't know his name, but we've talked multiple times when I've seen him. But I call him Power Bait Bob, and Power Bait Bob has one of those igloo coolers that like flip to either side, like old school ones,
Yeah.
full of power bait, just every different kind you could ever want.
Dude, I grew up when I was a kid. We used to go up in the mountains of California and trout fish. And then when I moved to Colorado, man, we hit the river hard. And I mean, slime rockets are cool. They're not as cool as catching them in Montana or South Dakota because you guys get some massive trout, like
Mm-hmm.
huge. Um, but one of the coolest things ever to me is like going to one of those offshoot creeks, right? Up in Pikes Peak area, and you just find they're little brook trout or little cutthroats, but they're so damn beautiful, man. Um, it's just kind of fun. Like sometimes it's not always about a huge catch, but if I'm going to go trout fishing, I'm going to try to find something weird, like something off the path,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Well, that's the thing. It's like that's kind of so a lot of our trout out here are stocked, and for supplemental, there's some natural like reoccurrence out here, but
Yeah.
Yeah, the coolest fish are the ones where you go back there and it's like this is like small water, but there's like a
Yeah.
15-inch brook trout in here, and
Right.
it's gonna eat my Arabait's tiny glide because they just destroy that thing. It's so freaking cool.
That and the God, what was I doing? Like that little Yuzuri little guy,
Hmm.
tear him up with that. But yeah, man. No, the hippo. You got to try this hippo, man. I'm telling you, this thing is rad. So this is one of them that I painted for. I painted for the ink series I'm putting out. They're all like Japanese or American traditional tattoos.
Hmm.
But the cool thing about it is it's a little heavier than you'd think, but it's got kind of that same explosive pop if you want like a Pop X, but you can also be extremely subtle with it. This thing will literally walk in place. It'll walk in place. You can walk the dog with it, you can chop with it, or you can do those aggressive pops, man. And it's just bad, man. It leaves a bubble trail behind it when it's going too. It's just it's pretty cool. I love this thing.
Yeah, and it's it's something unique, and um it's one of those things where it's like, dude, especially if like out here people would be like, what the heck are you like even throwing? And I'm like, so yeah, this thing would be sweet. I know like some places where I'm gonna throw this hopefully soon. Just
Here's a
life gets busy.
dude, it's hard. I mean, everything's about balance in life, right? But there's
Hmm.
another one I did up with a skull on it.
Oh, super sick.
Yeah, I love this one. And then I got this is a Japanese spirit. There's a cool myth behind that, but I love the art. And then got like an Ani kind of guy. These are all going to be on the site like probably by this weekend.
Hmm.
Um, and then I got some other cool stuff I brought just to kind of show you. So I got some awesome trout swim baits that'll be on there. Glide bait, excuse me. But yeah, this one I do. I love the natural but grittiness. Like
Hmm.
that is highly reflective. Um, so this is taking natural and putting my spin on it. And then I got, I'm gonna put this bass piece on there. Another one people really liked and were asking me when it was going to be on there is this one, this big dog X that I painted.
Hmm.
Right. So I'm trying to get away from painting other stuff and just doing 100% mine. But I still have a bunch of this stuff hanging out, so I'm gonna sell it till it's gone. But this is another one, and then this little shad came out killer, dude. This thing is rad. I love that.
That's pretty
Right?
sweet. Dude, I would say
Yeah.
one of the coolest collabs I had fairly recently, not too long ago, was with Hallelujah, and you guys did the brook trout
Yeah.
on his 8-inch, I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I love, dude. That brook trout was so fun to do, and he was like, "Dude, this is crazy. How'd you do that?" And it's hard because you can't get pictures sometimes don't do a bait justice. That thing had a lot of layers to it, a lot of
Hmm.
pearlescent layers, things like that. I did a lot of layering technique, let one dry, clear coat, do another layer kind of thing. So it gave it dimension, and that one was killer. I don't know what the hell, I've been going off on this like kick with the these, but there's another one. That's a wild beat.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then I got like weird little shit I'm gonna put on there too. Like I got this little guy.
Oh, dude, that's so sweet.
Yeah, and this one kind of had more reflective properties to it, playing with it. But I was gonna show you. I'm getting knee deep into the truck stop sushi hard bait now.
Hmm.
I'm customized or ordered from Dead Meat Customs. They're en route. This is a sprocket tail, so I'll show you. Hold on. Right?
That almost looks like kind of the little crap that comes in like the sushi trays, like almost like the little green
Almost, man.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little seaweed type deal. But this sprocket tail kicks hard, and it comes with a conventional tail, V tail too. But this thing, man, the way it chops and tracks is insane. You can burn it, and it just holds true. You can do repetitive cadence with it, and then pause, and it just like this thing has a real subtle float to it. This is a slow sink one, and I can adjust that all day. But something about the way this tracks, it draws bites, man. It's been It's been tested for 2 years. My brother and I have been tearing it up with it. A bunch of my testers out there have been tearing it up, but I really can't wait to bring this out. One cool thing I'm doing with that is I got a lot of painters that inspired me, and some of them are like actual like car. I got a car painter painting 4 of them. I got a guy who does pure canvas and oil work doing one. Howling Wolf in Japan is painting some. TJ Hatfield coming out of retirement to paint some. I got B&A doing some. Spellman Customs. So it's just there's some really cool people doing it. And when I asked him, hey, what do you want? You want me to pay you? I'll take care of you, whatever your time's worth. I'm just inspired by you guys, and some of you are my boys, and I want to support you. And they're like, no, man, you're good. And so I'm going to sell them at a little higher premium because it's all premium art. And what I'm going to do with the money from those sales is I'm donating to 515 Outreach, which is an animal wildlife outreach out here. It's one guy, and he catches like eagles that are all fucked up, and he literally nurses them back to health. I've helped him do it a few times, and dude, when you're looking at a juvenile eagle that's just starting to get widened, it's crazy. And you got to be careful too because you don't want to harm that eagle. That's like federal time right there. So he's been sanctioned, blessed off, has all the things he needs to do that. But I've assisted him, man, and it's terrifying when you got this owl going crazy over here, this eagle over here, and Justin's just in there doing it. But it's all self-funded. So I'm going to donate to his cause with some of that money, and then the other side I'm going to put towards mental health and recovery.
Mm-hmm. No, that's super sweet, dude. One of my thoughts, just like the truck stop sushi and the painting, especially like your style, just leaning into the truck stop sushi, like so do like with the glide bait, doing it like where it's the sushi roll, where it's the rice on the bottom, and then the fish,
Yeah.
the fish on top, painting
Yeah.
it to look
Yeah.
like that. I was like, it's immediate thought. It's not something I could probably do, but
I'm going to paint one just like that and send it to you. I'm serious, man. You should see the pack. Like when I get that thing refined, I'll send you a whole complete one, packaging and everything. Because from the second you get this bait, the packaging is refined. Like it's all in my style. Like the whole thing is a work of art. I got custom slaps just for it. The tails, all that. I mean, I really put a lot of work into this, man, and I'm excited about that. Another cool project I have coming up, kind of in regards to that, is Andy from Superpotamus. Him and I team up for a lot of lures, and we call it the BS series, right? Brothers Brimm, Superpotamus, BS, but really it's bullshit because what we do is sometimes it's just us being crazy, and sometimes it's a legitimate like we want to see something new come to life, right? Well, nothing against the millions of bluegill glide baits and swim baits out there, but Andy was working on a lot of projects because he does bait refinement and all that, and helps people bring things to life. I mean, phenomenal work. Superpotamus Designs, check him out. But anyway, he got tired of doing bluegills, dude. He was like, if I see another bluegill, I think I'm gonna shoot myself. Just because he was just stressed out. And I'm like, Andy, because he's crazy, man. So we got this idea. He's like, man, he was holding the xenomorph, and I'm like, dude, that's cool. I love it. And he's like, dude, what if we did a xenogill? And I'm like, what? And so I started drawing it up. We started going crazy, and before we knew it, we had a full mock model, like swim test, all that. And so that's something that's coming to light. But the name of it is even funnier. It's called the NAB, N-A-B, not a bluegill.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you sent me some stuff of you guys being on your BS, and
Yeah.
we won't get into it, but it was I've seen what you guys' minds come up with, and it's
Yeah.
unique to say the least.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah.
so tracking back to the glide, um, you said the tails are interchangeable through
Yeah.
them,
Well,
or
I mean,
how will that work?
so the way it works, because of the way this thing kicks and pushes, it's you simply glue it in. However, if you wanted to pull it out and swap it's not easy to pull it out. I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm going to change it up and maybe put like a retaining system. What I'd like to do is do a cross pattern. So when you put it in, it seats. But the problem I'm having right now, And maybe this will be a version 2 thing. But in order to change it, you simply got to take it out and glue
Mm-hmm.
another one in, which isn't that bad. But I'm trying to come up with a retaining system, but I don't like doing pins at the tail. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason why is when they shake or you smack it against things and stuff like that, it eventually degrades that. At least in what I've seen with mine, and it kind of compromises that whole thing. And so just by gluing it in, it doesn't hinder the movement of that tail. It does what it needs to do, and it's given that direction and propulsion. So um, as of right now, it's a simple gluing process, but I'm working that. I'm always working to refine my stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing is too is I can make custom orders. So if somebody wants like a top water variant, I can do it. If they want a fast sink, I can do it. I've tested all these, so I know exactly what I need to do to it to get it to do whatever somebody might want. But the standard is 2 ounces. You know, it weighs closely around 2 ounces. There's a size 2 in the front and a size 1 in the front, 2 in the back. Kind of keeled it right, so it has an even flow sink. And then when you burn it, it kind of noses a little bit, which is even cooler. And it has this really awesome track and hunt. And that's why I put the slow sink into it. That way you can count it and watch it fall, watch it fall, and put it right where you want to. But at the same time, if you want it subsurface, you can do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. I'm working on one right now, just kind of dorking around. This is kind of like a custom pattern for one of my buddies. But yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that 7-inch trilobite, dude.
Yeah, dude, that thing's just a freaking monster, man.
It's a marital aid.
Dude, and dude, I'm sure that thing gets bit.
Yeah.
I had bought, like I said, I had Boston Anglers on, and he has his like big 7-inch silicone craw, and I'm like, dude, it's like I can't imagine throwing that. It's like I'll throw the 5-inch, you know, but like,
What's the biggest swim bait you ever thrown?
oh, I got some stuff back here.
Yeah, not that I'm a size queen or anything like that. I'm just saying some people get all weird.
Yeah. Biggest swim bait I've thrown. Uh, as far as like a soft bait, it'd be
In
like,
general, yeah.
yeah. So like soft bait, it'd be like the 6-inch Citizen or 68
Okay.
Hut or Hallelujah's trout softy. But biggest swim bait that I have and that I throw consistently is the 9-inch draw that I painted.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
yeah, it's some people have issues with these. I feel like
Yeah,
mine that I have, I feel like this. It kind of wants to be particular with how it likes to be worked. I think that's the
right.
issue people have. But it's like, yeah, so I have this, and then I have an 8-inch Ann from Hallelujah, or not the Ann, his 8-inch Cali Girl trout.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and I've been dinking around with some stuff.
Have you? Yes, I love it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
a little balsam mouse. It's just gonna be
I love it.
straight wake, lined through. First time I've tried to do like some like little texturing.
I love that, dude. Have you with the 9-inch and the bigger glides and swim baits and stuff that you have you ever had like successful catches on them yet?
Um, so a lot of follows
Right,
from
right.
because like trout will follow these, bass, pike will follow these. Um, this does have some teeth marks from a little 16-inch little snot rocket pike. Dude, it blew this thing up like close to the
Yeah.
surface. I was like, got a 10-pounder on state record. No, and
Swim bait fishing, it can be a pain in the ass, man. It's a whole nother skill, right? But the
mhm,
only reason I was bringing it up is that same kind of follow and that same kind of reaction you get. It's the same thing with big soft plastics. Because like I looked at, if I would have saw a Boston Angler's craw like 2 years ago, I would have been like, man, I don't know what I'm doing, right? But now, because I know the power of what that can pull and the times to throw it and things like that, dude, it's just as effective. So you're going to have one or two outcomes in our area of the world. Is you're either going to catch the biggest one of the day and not catch anything else, or you're going to draw them out and have follows. And so that's why I always have a follow up bait and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, it has that same drawing power, dude. It's cool.
Yeah, one of the last times I went fishing, I just threw some smaller stuff. I was throwing, was on a paddleboard, which
Yeah.
money. If you haven't, I would suggest trying it out. It was really awesome. And was throwing a Gracely finesse gill, and
Yeah.
was getting a lot of follows, and then eventually hooked into one. But
Oh, yeah.
it it like that catch solidified at that lake that I don't like it, just because it's like I've only seen like big trout and big pike out here. Like all the bass are kind of small, and it's kind of a grind for
Yeah.
those. If I wanted to go after those big pike or those big trout, I could do that. And throw
Dude,
some
you
swim
got to
baits
come
at
down
them.
here. You
Hmm.
got to come down here. I'm telling you, there's a place this next spring. There's a place I'll take you to. Spring's easy. I mean, not easy fishing, but you get what I'm saying.
Hmm.
They're a little more easy to predict success. But there's a place, a honey hole I can take you, literally in my neck of the woods, to where, I mean, there's fours, fives, sixes in there all day, sevens, eights, right? Which is nuts. That's a like 10-year-old fish here.
Hmm.
We're not as blessed as Florida and California to where they just shit out doubles. But
Yeah.
um, can you show me the bottom of your mouse again? That was cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do it to where so I already have like a section going for where I'm gonna put the bill, but then I have it cut
Yeah.
out so that it's balsa. It's gonna be lined through.
Hell yeah, man.
And
I love that.
so the last time I made one of these, and I gave it away on my YouTube channel, I did a marabou feather on the
Yeah.
treble, and that was perfect for like a tail. It like looked real good, like had some flapping, but didn't hinder the
Yeah.
action because this was just pure wake. Didn't dive at all. Burn it real fast. It was just like wake on
Yeah.
top.
I love marabou for smallmouth stuff, like tinkering, creating things for smallmouth. They love it. They usually go crazy for it. But that's cool, man.
And
What
then
else are you working on?
well, I just sent the banana off to
Yeah.
John Johns, and he's gonna mold it, and we've been talking back and forth. So I so when I so I poured some resin in the mold that I had, and
Yeah.
the mold that I had was very crappy. Like I did it myself. It was just awful, and
That's how you learn, man.
that's how you learn. So I poured it, and then I that JB Quickwood. I took that and I filled in the holes, some of the air pocket holes, and I was like looking at it. I was like, let's redo this a little bit. So because it's kind of like squarish right now,
Yeah.
and so I beefed it up. It's a little bit, the one that I sent off to him. That's the new master, and it's gonna get molded. It's a little beefier. It's a little bit longer, and the stem's a little bit thicker because I was like, that's
Yeah.
not something that I want. People throw this into a dock or a rock and that breaking off. So I was like, we'll
Right.
beef it up a little
Right.
bit, um, and yeah, go from there. Once it gets back, I'll figure out how that likes to be poured and what's gonna work best for that walk the dog action that I like out of it, and
If you
yeah,
need,
do some cool stuff with you, and you know,
yeah, if you need any help with any of that, I just went through resin hell for the last 9 months. So
hmm
I've made a lot of mistakes, and hopefully I can help you not make them. You know what I mean?
yeah, I need to go on Stack Pig's website, get some loons.
Yeah. I was just talking to Michael last night, man. We were talking for a hot minute, more about life stuff, but I'm working on a project for him right now too. I got a lot of collabs, dude. A lot of collabs, a lot of different things I'm doing. But Michael is sending me 10 of his ABS baits to do a series on, and then I'm doing a custom one piece for him. Um, so that'll be fun. And then I've got The Lake Dub collab that I've been working on for a while now. Lake Dub is a dub music band, kind of like Sublime, like reggae rock kind of stuff. They're out of Long Beach, and Sammy, the lead singer, he's part of the Salty Bastards and the Waterland crew out in California. So I mean, dude's just a killer guy, and that's going to be it's going to be a 5-inch slug or a cross style bait. A pack of them in a Plano case comes with a slap, comes with a sign, all that of the art, and it's just kind of a cool collab, man. And so I got that coming out. I've got the nab that I was talking about with Andy, and I've got some other stuff coming out of silicone swim bait. Actually, I've got the hell else was I doing? Dude, I got so many projects lately. Like, it sounds crazy, but I just got dumb stuff I'm constantly working on. My problem is I hear a cool idea and I don't want to shoot it down. You know what I mean? I love working with other people too, though, man. It's fun. God, man, what was I going to say? There's another something I'm forgetting. Oh well,
Yeah,
they'll come to me.
that's why I have to have like my calendar right here, because it's like
Yeah,
if I don't write stuff down and put down what my life is about, I'll forget things, and same thing. I've just got a lot of projects going. I'm working on like a net right now. I'm gonna
yeah,
like make some. Got some bamboo strips that dude, you could just buy whole pieces of bamboo off of Etsy.
yeah,
And
yeah. It's crazy.
so I bought like a big piece of bamboo and then I split it and into some strips, and I'm making some like trout nets for me and my buddies, like
Oh
two of
man,
my
that's
good
cool.
buddies. Yeah, so that's kind of been a learning process with how that all likes to be put
Yeah,
together and things like that. So, watching videos, getting inspired by other people and seeing what they do.
yeah.
Cause dude, I like I like the silicone baskets for nets. Like I don't know, I just have the best luck, especially with like swim baits with big trebles. Like
Yeah.
other like materials, like they would just like get caught in that like mesh stuff, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
such a pain in the ass.
it's like, well, I'm spending 10 minutes now untangling hooks, or I, I would just get frustrated. I would just like knives out, whew, cutting that
Well,
hook
and
out.
it's and if most of us are really trying to make sure we get that fish back if we're not keeping it, those silicone nets they help a lot with the trout, man. Trout are finicky, so
Dude,
damn finicky.
if you look at them wrong, they'll belly up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
But
gotta be real nice. It's like, shh, I just want to take a picture, and you just gotta slowly let it go.
yeah. I love what how your mind works, man. You're always working asymmetrically. You're not like tunneled on one thing, and I'm kind of the same way, I got this like lanyard thing I got all obsessed about, like a key ring with a
Hmm.
cork float. I used to do all kinds of paracord crap when I get bored in the field in the army and whatnot. So I got all this unique paracord and shrink wrapping and made it look real professional. I started making these lanyards for like boat keys and stuff like that. I like going on a paddleboard too. I got rid of my kayaks and I go on a paddleboard now. I find it easier to fish from. I find it better. It's just with all my injuries and stuff, and the older I'm getting, it's paddleboard. I like, and the cool thing about it too is I can go somewhere and blow it up right away, boom, and I don't have to have this whole operation to load my damn kayak, right? For the price I would have paid for what I can get out of performance in my paddleboard, I would have had to spend $4,000 for a kayak, right? So it's a way for me to get in that pecker deep water and go wherever I want. But that's where I got the lanyard idea from, because I about dropped my keys in the drink, man. So I'm gonna have those on the site. But yeah, just constantly tinkering with things, man.
Yeah, dude. So when I went out on the paddleboard, because we had a big tandem kayak, we got rid of it because I was
Yeah.
like, this is just a pain in the ass for taking it
Yes.
out, loading it up. We don't
Yeah.
throwing it on top of like my little SUV. It's like there's just a beast, and
Yeah.
I took out my boss's paddleboard, and it was just so easy to like set
Yeah.
up, tear down, and I was out fishing, and it was just real easy, and I was straddling it, and both of my legs were working as well. One, that was a learning curve to, it's like, how do I kick my legs to go how I want?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I can kick my legs and freaking stroll down this bank and be fishing and casting. And it's like, oh, I got hung up. Well, I'm going over there. I'm getting my lure out of the this laydown. So it was just super easy and
If you oh,
worked
I'm
real
sorry,
good.
dude.
No, you're good.
Sorry. You always get me pumped up, and I'm like ADD squirrel. When you get comfortable enough, because like standing up on that paddleboard can be like a daunting thing, especially if it's tippy. But once you get used to the paddleboard you have, you can get a bucket and sit on top of that thing, right? Some of them, they make some of them with padding and all that, but having that bucket and sitting on there, you got kind of a more elevated casting deck, dude, and it's rad, man. And if you don't want it, you take it off and you straddle it. I do the same thing, you know, and so it's kind of cool how adaptive you can be with a paddleboard.
Mm-hmm.
You can put a
Yeah.
motor on it if you want, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. I feel like at that point it's like, oh, you have a graph on it. I feel like you're losing the essence of like what this is.
I
Yeah.
don't I'm not I'm not a big fan. Like I appreciate live scope, I appreciate graphs, I appreciate all that, but I've like I've trained myself to read water really well, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
study maps, kind of old school stuff, and I like the exploratory factor of it. Sometimes it's not like I'm an elitist; it's just that's what I enjoy doing. My brother, on the other hand, man, if you gave him a fucking battleship with sonar, he'd be all about it. But and he's the one who taught me, you know, read water and stuff like that. But I just love that organic experience. It's fun. It's fun, man. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like my first time, because I got a fish off it a couple times before I returned it. But I was like, because I have a milk crate set up for the
Yeah.
kayak. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, I was like, just in case, I'm not going to bring this with. You know, I'm not going to bring all my rods and my gear. It's like, I'll just one rod, have my little fanny pack across my chest with
Yep.
my little baits I can go through. Um, dude, the crappy part about it was, so like our lakes are like real rocky,
Yeah.
and so I got off the paddleboard and I was wearing my Jesus sandals and got off, stood up, took a step, and this rock like came up under my toe,
Yeah.
and I like slipped, and that rock just tore the skin up on my toe, like took
Is
chunks of
that when
skin off.
you almost cut your damn toe off? I remember.
Yeah, like it wasn't quite that bad, but holy smokes, dude. I was like, you know, I'm thankful I have a first aid kit in the car. You know,
Yeah.
that's something
Yeah.
everybody should probably have.
No, 100%, man. Like, and what you're saying about going minimal, that's the fun thing sometimes with the kayak, or I mean with the paddleboard is I'll take like a little small tactical day bag, right? And I'll purposely be like, I'm only fishing these five things. Like,
Hmm.
and I might have multiples of them, but you know, I'll have a swim bait rod with me sometimes and a spinning rod, or I'll have like a bait cast in my swim bait setup. But I took it out not too long ago. And just went with a spinning rod, man, and just a pocket full of baits. And I tore it up, man. I had a good time, and I had to come back because I tore all my baits. But I was like, dude, that was fun as hell. Felt like a little kid again, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this last trip that I went out on, it was me and a buddy, and we fished up this creek, and then there's a little dam there with the spillway, and we fished the spillway pool, and we like hiked up to the lake. But my fiance was like, dude, just grab some worms and just worms, hook, and bobber. And I was like, all right. I was like, I'll do that. And so I fished a bunch of other stuff and, you know, stuff that I like. And then I was like, okay, I'll throw this piece of night crawler under this bobber. Had a ton of fun. I was catching like some pretty
Yeah.
decent bluegills, caught some like yellow perch, and then my buddy had some like the gulp like wax worms,
Yeah.
and he put that on a jig head, and he was catching like these like big suckers, and that was cool. He's a little bit
Yeah.
goofy. He's real funny. You know, they got the, you know,
Yeah.
sucker mouth. Yeah, he like gave it a kiss and threw it back, and I was like, I was like, whoa.
Dude, I I had a buddy, my buddy Kevin. I used to go fishing with in the area here. He caught two suckers one time. He's throwing them on the bank because he's a cat fisherman usually, and so he's gonna chunk them up and throw them out there. But he took them and stuck them, and he's like, Chris, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, he's madman, and it's fun fishing with people like that, dude. But sometimes those experiences like that can change your whole thought process just about fishing in general. Like Florida, everybody's like, "Oh, peacock bass, peacock bass, peacock bass," right? Don't get me wrong. I've done it. It's an amazing experience. It's fun as hell. However, Andy and I will say all the time, take an ultralight, go down there and target Oscars and tilapia, dude. It's the funnest time you'll ever have. You'll catch a billion of them, and they fight like a mule, man. You know how like a small river smallmouth will just kick your ass sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
That's how this is. It is so fun, dude.
Dude, yeah, I feel like like tilapia fishing down there. It's kind of like a bycatch or whatever. Dude,
Yeah.
let me see if I can find this picture of this freaking tilapia that I caught down there. So I fished in a retention pond when we lived down there that was behind our place.
Yeah.
And
Where in Florida did you live, man?
we were like an hour from, or we were like hour and a half from like Disney. We were in like Central
Oh,
Florida.
okay.
If you've been to Legoland, we were in that like little city.
My dad lives in West Palm area.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. That's fun though, man. You never know what the hell you're gonna catch in Florida sometimes though.
Oh, dude, yeah, my PB bass, which isn't huge. My PB bass is like 4.5 pounds, but it's out of that retention pond. But we'd like take little, I'd fish my ultralight,
Yeah.
and the little pieces of worm, and we'd catch tilapia out of this, and it's here,
Oh,
focus,
dude.
just huge
Oh,
tilapia.
oh, dude. I love the mustache.
Oh yeah, yeah. The company that I was at, you could only have a mustache. They were real old school, and
No, you
I
rock it. You rock it well, man. You
rocked
rock
the
it well.
shit out of that mustache when I was there. Had the best
You look
mustache in that company.
you look like a 1970s porn star in that picture. It's awesome.
You know what? I got that like a good fair bit. Or people were like,
Yeah,
"You look
man.
like you look like a cop."
I'll take a liter of cola. Yeah.
Oh, man,
That's
but
cool, man.
no, like our time down there was really cool. The worst part of that like little retention pond is eventually I started getting kicked out because the people were like, "This is an HOA," and it's like,
Yeah.
we're in the
Yeah.
same we have the same access to the community pool. Like,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
it was one of them things. It's like there's gators, and it's like, okay, I'm not catching
Right.
them.
I had a lady down there argue that I was going to attract gators, and I was like, nope, they were here before I even thought about coming here. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing though is when it gets cold down there and iguanas start falling out of trees.
hmm Yeah, we were up in Central, so we didn't have those, but we had all
Yeah.
the other little lizards, which was like kind of fun. And the little geckos,
Yeah.
like we had, because we'd have like in our little studio apartment, we'd have geckos and the lizards in there. And one night, like outside of this like screen window
Yeah.
in our bathroom, there was a snail. The snail was like that big around. It was huge.
we got we got trapped in a hurricane one time down there because we lived there before for a little bit while my dad was working on a project and then went back to Colorado. But we come out in the middle of the hurricane and there's this giant land crab like chilling. He's just like, and my dad and I are like two children, so we're sitting there and we're doing the Lilo and Stitch. We're like chit chit, and this fucking thing starts chasing us, man. Oh, it's funny.
Dude, one of the in my childhood, one of the scariest things that I ever got chased by was a big rooster pheasant. I was messing with it, and I was out in the front yard, and I was throwing like straws of hay at it, and one of the straws of hay like connected with its body. Granted, it's not gonna hurt it or anything.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm a little shit ass like 6 year old, and this thing took off after
Yeah.
me. It started chasing me around the whole yard. I
Yeah.
was screaming. I ran into the garage. Like I was like, all right, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Pheasant are quick, man. We have tons of them here. Tons of pheasant, tons of hawks, tons of grouse, a lot of eagles actually, a lot of bald eagles, which is wild, man. Because I lived in Alaska for a while, and I thought that was probably the most eagles I've ever seen in my life. It's damn near the same up here or
Mm-hmm.
down here for you.
Yeah. We no, we have a. We'll see a good amount of eagles. There's this one lake in particular, this one trout lake that I fish, and it's really cool because there's, you know, big cliffs, there's all these pine trees, and you have this lake, and these eagles will just fly across the lake from one side
Yeah.
and roost up in the trees and then go to the other side. It's real cool. You're like, oh yeah,
There,
America.
no, dude, I love it. It's awesome. There's a lake in Colorado called Horsetooth that my brother and my dad and I used to like to go to, and there was a nest, an eagle's nest, and a single eagle. And my brother and my dad named it Schmeagle, and we'd all every time we went to go fishing check on Schmeagle. But we watched Schmeagle one day swoop down and pick up the biggest walleye I had seen at that time, and just like dart off with it. And I'm like, damn, dude, I didn't get a bite all day. And that dude just,
Hmm.
that's awesome. Yeah.
No, dude, it's we've I don't think we got a ton of fishing talk in. We got some bait making talk in, but dude, we've been all over the place with this. But we should wrap it up so
Yeah, man.
people aren't like, wow, that was the most random like hour and a half like that I've ever listened to.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to be organic, brother. And you are my friend, and I'd like to talk to you. And it is what it is. Wyatt, I'll come on anytime you want me to. Support you in all things. You're a killer human being, man.
I think a great deal of you too, Chris, and um, we're gonna get a banana in your hands.
You know that's what I dream about. But yeah, you have a good one, brother.
Yeah, you too.